All right, so we have all the dates for season 6. So what this means is we are going to be breaking everything down, and this is going to basically be a bit of what you should be summoning on. So I will not make a what you should summon on video in the future, but what I will do is obviously for every single one of these banners, I will make a separate should you summon and go in depth to their skill pages and then the units themselves and like talk about all that good stuff. So we have all the stuff that's going to be important. So if you just want to see what it is and click off, go ahead. But if you want to hear me talk about it, I will be yapping. Now there's something pretty important. There's a gear banner. I'm going to give that its own section. So I want to talk about the units first, then we're going to talk about gear banner and then the events. All right, so let's go into it. So we start off on the 2nd with Season 6 Yami and Luck. All right, so these two units, if we're being honest, are honestly nothing too crazy, okay? So Luck has some pretty good viability in PvE, I guess. His ult is going to do a lot of damage, right? 120%, but then he gets an extra 40% extra damage per counterattack, which could be an extra 160%, which is actually like a whole ult on its own. And he will be getting a lot of damage reduction, getting back his ult every 2 turns, essentially, or every turn if you have shock on. Sorry, I'm max dupe. So I'm max dupe when attacking an enemy with continuous damage, increases your special points by 8, which re-gives him his ult. Now, Luck himself at 0 dupes is nothing too crazy, honestly. You would need him at least at 2 dupes for him to even be considered maybe meta viable. Besides that, he's okay. He gives everyone AoE counterattack, all that good stuff. Now, Yami, though, for new players, honestly is very good. I would recommend, like, especially with the news of Spirit Dive, I would recommend most people do skip because, obviously, as we know, if I could find it, I like to pull it up just to have it. I think it's this. So Spirit Dive is a green attacker and he will be there in the future. So once Mario comes out and all that good stuff, well, I mean, Spirit Dive is going to be end of May. So in 2 months from now, we're going to get this green attacker. So if you want to hold out till then, you could, you know, for now use a Licked or something like that. But hey, even green Yami is probably going to work just okay if you want to use mono green with Mario Leona. This one is, he's honestly not that crazy. But if you do get him to at least, like, if you get him to max dupe, he could be okay. But without max dupe, he's not tanking too well against Black Asta, if we're going to be completely honest about that. Black Asta is his biggest op, and we know on, well, global, Black Asta is everywhere, right? So Mono Green has less of a time to shine compared to when Mono Green was on JP back in the day, right? So it was a bit different. Like, Black Asta was there, but I mean, the KR server is a bit different than JP, but KR, like, Mono Red was ran, but it took someone to run the Mono Red team with Charmy for it to start actually being used, right? So Yami's gonna be okay, right? He's gonna do extra damage depending on how many times he's used this skill 1, up to 4 extra times. And then on here, if he has the max amount of extra attacks, he's gonna get a 300% damage increase, which is gonna be okay. But the ult without this is very mid overall, but with it, it is very strong. He's at 109 speed, which is pretty good. And for PvE gameplay, he will be very good. I'd say he'd be better than Luck. So I would say you should probably grab this Yami. And if you do get him to LR+2, he's going to give himself barriers. So that's going to be pretty good. So this banner overall is a skip, though, if I'm being honest, right? Just get Yami, in my opinion, and then you'd be fine. So there we go for Yami, okay? So after Yami, now we got the Julius Rerun. So how they're doing it is Julius is actually being served as a pickup. So for people who already have Julius at his skill page, well, they could just skip. And that's really good. This season is going to be a 4-week season, it seems. So it's going to go until, ooh, I forgot. I think it was the, if it's the 2nd, I think it's the 28th it's going till. And, wait, hold on. What is the 28th? Yes, it's going to go from the, no. It's either going from the 25th or to the 2nd. We'll have to see. But something like that, around that time, well, it's going to be a 4-week season. I just remember seeing that, but I do not have the game open. So keep that in mind anyway. Julius is going to be going till the 21st. So, you know, we have a lot of time. Just maybe you want to prepare. Now, this banner, hold on. It's shorter. It's only 12 days. Wait, I'm confused. So this is 12 days, but this is 19 days. That's crazy. 19 days for the season. Oh, I didn't know it lasted that long. Anyway, this is a 12-day banner. So if you want to go for that, you know, you maybe want to. Julius, though, is mainly for PvE only. I've made sure, like, I've been talking a bit, and, like, Julius, I'm telling you, once Mario Leona comes out, Julius is not really as meta viable in PvP. Unless people just don't build up Mario Leona a lot, then you could maybe still run Julius. But Mario is going to be crazy, right? So, you know, Julius there if you want him for PvE, right? And I mean, it's a fair assumption to say that a lot of people will still want him for PvE. Reason being, I mean, if I go to, check out, I mean, the Hall of Illusions video, right? Which I did here. A lot of people did not have Julius in the comments, right? But he's good for floor 1, I'm pretty sure. Floor 1, 2, and then 4. So, you know, you might want to use him. And also for the raids. So definitely not a horrible pick, but not like amazing, right? Then afterwards, we got Leona. And we know she is very good. And I would say she is a must summon now because of Spirit Dive. Her and Spirit Dive are going to go crazy, right? So you're going to have your full team. For people who did summon on Fauna, rip. That's all I could really say. But Mariel is going to be so crazy if she has her skill page. Giving everyone damage reduction, stun block for 2 turns. Taunting if there's a burn. Or just a DLT in general. For 2 turns, very strong taunt, right? And then we got her ult doing a lot of damage, barrier removal also. And then she's going to be taunting the DPS with the high soul attack. And at max dupe, applying burns on everyone when she gets hit. So I would say max dupe is pretty much necessary. So I would skip the seasonal banner. I would skip Julius. And I would go for Leona. Especially if you want to use Spirit Dive, Mariel is going to be pretty much... It does seem to be a must need. But the good thing is we'll have played with Spirit Dive by the time Leona is out. And we'll see how exactly that team works. And then we got Monoskin when she's at 8 SP, which is at the beginning of the match. She just can't be stunned. And then she has damage reduction. Built-in damage reduction at the beginning is super duper strong, okay? So this Mariel is going to be crazy. And her team is crazy. And, I mean, yeah, it's nice. So I would say that the only thing you should summon on is Leona. Kind of a no-brainer, but there you go. And then there's a gear banner for 20 days starting from this beginning of the season. And, yeah. Now, we could talk a bit about this. We could kind of see what exactly it's going to be. This seems to be... Oh, this is for the banner selection. This feels a bit like the gear banner. I'm going to say this is the gear banner maybe, but we'll have to see because she did say, was this the gear banner? So, my guess is that it will take gold. And if it takes crystals, then I just feel like it's stupid. But if it takes gold or friend points, then I will be fine with it. But as of right now, it's not seeming to be a good thing to do. Instead of actually fixing gear, they bring in a gear banner. I don't know. I feel like that's very odd and not the correct thing to do. And I think a lot of people in the comments will agree with me that I don't think it's that good. But I will not pass judgment until it's in the game. If it gives a lot of LR gear for a bit of gold, then I will be happy. But if it takes crystals, then we riot. Okay, we riot. All right. I will definitely be... rioting if it is if it is a crystal banner, I think, unless they do it in a very good way. We'll have to see. Now then, the events. So we got Event Arena for 6 days. Now in DMs, Vanilla did say that it was red and blue characters banned. Now if that stays true, we'll have to see, but that would mean you could only use green units. And are they stupid? Like, genuinely, because what, it's just not really gonna provide much viability, because what, you're gonna use Charlotte, you're gonna use Fauna, I guess, Rill, and then what, who else? I don't really know. Rhodes, I guess, for now. It's not really gonna be very different, right? There's not gonna be much differences in this, either Fauna or Licked, right? And for people who didn't summon on Fauna or don't have Licked, well, what are they gonna do, right? What are they gonna do? They're going to use Green Yami, I guess. That's probably what they're going to do. Especially because Green Yami is the better one out of the two, I would say. I guess there is that. I guess. So, I mean, there we go. Anyway, let's continue on. So, Event Arena is okay. I mean, the Event Arena we had was really bad rewards, so I don't know what to think about that. Now, next up, Dice Event. I mean, Stamina, so people can't really be mad. Then Bingo Event, which is more pulls. And then they got the 50% Stamina off, XP increase, and then Bond increase, and Yule increase. So, that's for 3 days. So, that's going to be in almost a month, which is kind of cringe, but it is what it is, I guess. But overall, though, Gear Banner is a bit yikes. I don't really know how to feel about that, if I'm being honest. We'll have to see when it's in game, but right now, if it's gold, we could say it's okay, and if it's crystals, we could say it's very mid. But yeah, the banners also, so we got Julius Rerun plus his skill page, then Festival with skill page, and I hope there's a paid, banner, because it was really good last time, which there probably is. So yeah, that's basically it, just a little Season 6 schedule update. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace. But I just want to say there's really not much in Season 6. It's going to be a dead season, besides the fest, so expect that. But then Season 7, trust me, just... there will be stuff. Okay, that's all I'm saying.